Former Bayan Muna Party List Representative Satur Ocampo and incumbent ACT Teachers Party List Representative France Castro have been found guilty of child abuse by a court in Tagum City, Davao del Norte. In a decision dated July 3, the Tagum Regional Trial Court Branch 2 convicted Ocampo, Castro, and 11 others of violating Section 10A of Republic Act 7610 or the Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act. The court sentenced all 13 respondents to imprisonment of 4 years to 6 years and ordered them to pay a total of 20,000 pesos for civil indemnity and moral damages to each of the 14 victims. According to the court, prosecution has established proof beyond reasonable doubt that the accused committed acts detrimental to the safety and well-being of the minor Lumad learners. However, the Tagum Regional Trial Court Branch 2 acquitted 4 other respondents to the case after the prosecution failed to prove their guilt beyond reasonable doubt. In a joint statement, Ocampo and Castro maintained the innocence of all the accused, saying the lower court wrongfully convicted them. Ocampo and Castro also point out that the court failed to investigate testimonies regarding threats and harassment against Lumad schools and its forcible closure. Their conviction stems from accusations that they held minors during a solidarity mission in Talaingod, Davao del Norte in November 2018. Army-backed police in November 2018 arrested Ocampo, Castro, and 16 other leaders of militant groups and voluntary Lumad teachers on human trafficking charges. Ocampo and others were supposed to deliver food supplies to a remote village in Talaingod and rescue dozens of Lumad teachers and pupils allegedly being harassed by members of the armed paramilitary group called Alamara. Their actions were part of a solidarity mission that responded to an urgent appeal for help from Lumad teachers of Salugpongan, Tatano, Igcanogon Community Learning Center at Barangay Palmahil, where troops from the 56th Infantry Battalion and Alamara gunmen had allegedly imposed a food blockade. 2 individuals in northern Mindanao and Davao region reportedly died due to the Southwest Monsoon, locally known as habagat. In a situational report on Monday, July 15, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council confirms the death of a 47-year-old woman in northern Mindanao, while it is validating 1 death in Davao region. According to the NDRRMC, the body of the 47-year-old fatality was retrieved from Pulangi River within the vicinity of Cabaca, North Cotabato. The agency adds 2 were reported injured and 1 was reported missing. Over 60,000 families have so far been affected in Zamboanga Peninsula, Northern Mindanao, Davao Region, Socsargen, and Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Based on the State Weather Bureau's reports, the Southwest Monsoon has so far brought moderate to intense rainfall over the western sections of southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao from July 11 to 14. A 135-meter Chinese Coast Guard ship was spotted some 60 nautical miles west of Lubang Island in Occidental Mindoro on Sunday afternoon, July 14. In a post on X, West Philippine Sea Monitor Ray Powell says China Coast Guard 5303 was spotted west of Lubang Island around 4:20 p.m. on Sunday, conducting what he called an intrusive patrol. Lubang Island is located within the immediate waters of the Luzon landmass, about 300 kilometers southeast across Scarborough Shoal within the country's exclusive economic zone. Powell is the director of Sealight, a program at Stanford University's Gordian Knot Center for National Security Innovation that tracks Chinese activities in the West Philippine Sea. On July 7, Powell revealed that a 102-meter-long Chinese Coast Guard ship, along with at least 6 maritime militia vessels, reportedly intercepted 2 Philippine Coast Guard boats near Ayungin Shoal in the West Philippine Sea. Powell also reported on July 3 that the China Coast Guard's biggest vessel, dubbed the Monster Ship, returned to the West Philippine Sea amid ongoing talks between Manila and Beijing. The Monster Ship returned after leaving the country's exclusive economic zone on June 27. Senator Robin Padilla has filed a bill seeking to fulfill the 1987 Constitution's mandate to prohibit political dynasties in the country. Under Senate Bill No. 2730, filed by Padilla, no spouse or person related within the 4th degree of consanguinity to an incumbent elective official seeking re-election shall be allowed to hold or run for any elective office in the same city or province. It also states that no person who has a political dynasty relationship to the incumbent shall immediately succeed the incumbent's position. The bill also requires any person running for any elective public office to file a sworn statement with the Commission on Elections that he or she does not have a relationship with any incumbent public official running for an elective public office in the same city or province. In a statement, Padilla says he believes it's now the time to break the barriers that prevent the best and the brightest from serving the Filipino people. Citing a Harvard Academy research study, Padilla says political dynasties stem from the tendency of elites to persist and reproduce their power over time, undermining the effectiveness of institutional reforms in the process. The senator adds that political dynasties compromise political competition and undermine accountability. Customers of Meralco will have to pay more to settle their power bills this month, with rates soaring by 2 pesos per kilowatt hour. Meralco says rates in July will increase by 2 pesos and 14 centavos, bringing the overall rate to 11 pesos and 60 centavos per kilowatt hour from 9 pesos and 45 centavos per kilowatt hour in June. The company attributes this upward adjustment to the higher generation charge as power costs normalized following artificially low rates in June. June's rates were supposed to be higher than May, but Meralco slashed its rate by 1 peso and 96 centavos. The regulator had ordered a postponement of the collection of the wholesale electricity spot market portion of the generation charge in June to soften the financial impact on consumers due to power outages across the country. Fuel prices will see a slight drop starting Tuesday, July 16, after 4 consecutive weeks of increases. In separate advisories, Shell Pilipinas and Sea Oil say diesel prices will dip by 95 centavos per liter, while gasoline prices will go down by 60 centavos per liter. Kerosene prices will decrease by 1 peso and 15 centavos per liter. The Department of Energy says downward adjustments for this week's oil prices could be attributed to cooler inflation print in China and higher U.S. oil production.